This is Surviving Survivor.
Everyone's talking about season 50 already, but does everyone not remember we have one more season to get there, and that is season 49. And that is what Surviving Survivor is all about. We're back for another season, and we are so excited to talk about this cast. We're in such a goofy mood. That's how excited we are. I'm Emily McGlynn. The guy who's laughing his ass off right now, that's Jack Freiser. And my girl, Abby Tarpey. How are you guys doing today?
Better to see you. It's been long.
Yeah, I'm doing better now.
It's been a long summer. I've been very bored not watching any... Well, I watched Love Island, but...
I know. I've been watching Australia versus the World right now. That's really been giving me my Survivor fix that I've needed. I think I'm going to force Emily to watch it because it's all on... It's definitely not on YouTube.
No.
You definitely can't watch that there.
No.
But it may be there, so I think you should watch it. 10 out of 10.
Abby, what's been your fix? What's been keeping you entertained?
I watched certain seasons of Traitors for the first time, and then I don't know who didn't watch Love Island. I feel like that was the show of the summer. And then I caught up on a lot of narrative. Reality wasn't hitting like it should.
You did Destination X.
I don't want that to be part of my brand. No one does.
You did not do Destination X.
I've never heard of that show. It's not that good.
Anyway, moving on to the reason we're here, we have studied up on season 49 cast. There are 2 people who move on to season 50, so this is going to be pretty exciting.
We shan't be talking about those people. But also, we may or may not do hints talking about it, so just so you know.
Basically, Jack is saying he's chronically online, and that's why he knows who moves on to 50.
Twitter's best friend, Jack Freiser.
Yes. But before we dive into it, I just want to know, what are your guys' basic opinions about this cast? And from what you've seen, what are you looking forward to with this next season?
I mean, I'm looking forward to a new Survivor season to keep me going, but I am definitely just counting down the days to 50. But I do hope we get a better season than 48. I just want some more drama, a little less of a steamroll, and maybe a bit more exciting moments to happen during the jury phase at least. But overall, I think this cast is pretty well-rounded, and they gave some pretty interesting answers, especially for players they'd like to play as or mirror their game for. Yeah, and so I can see a lot of potential with this cast.
Yeah, I feel like 49 is kind of a similar feeling to what Carolyn first had whenever she was originally cast, where I feel like they're leaning into that like alternative, quirky, interesting character type of personality, which will be an interesting strategy to follow. Seeing it across the season of people instead of just in one or two specific players. And I'm interested how it might be ending the season of the 40s, since so far we've seen like each decade kind of has a personality, and the 40s have gone on for so long and just won't end. I'm intrigued kind of where we'll finish it comparing 41 to 49.
I anticipate a lot more twists and turns in 49. I think the Survivor producers still have a lot up their sleeves that they want to try before going into season 50. I really do like that, like you said, Abby, there are a bunch of quirky, out there characters, and I'm really excited to see how they all mesh together. From what we've seen from the 40s is that they have put a bunch of weird people together and just seeing how they mesh. Sometimes it's rewarded and sometimes you're voted out, and that's just kind of how it goes. But from reading through this cast list, it seems like a lot of archetypes are kind of repeating itself. And so I'm trying my best not to judge these people right off the bat and compare them to people that I've seen in 48 or 47 or even earlier than that. So I'm trying to keep an open mind, and I'm very excited to go through this cast list. So let's start off with the first man that appears on the list, who is Alex Moore. I'm very excited about him. He's 27. He's from Illinois, but he lives in Washington, D.C., and he's a political comms director, which already a bunch of green flags going off for me about him. But he said he wants to be on Survivor because he grew up watching it with his family, and he's always been part of clubs in high school with teachers and students, and he has never put himself first. And so this will be the first time that he takes time away from work or being with his family to really put himself first, and that's what Survivor is all about. How can I play my best game, and how can I be selfish? And how he worked in politics. He says you have to be careful about how you act, who you speak with, what you say certain things to certain people. So I feel like he will play a very good game. I am just curious to know if he will actually lean into being selfish and what is his definition of being selfish. Alex also said the reason he's going to become sole survivor is because he's going to have close individual connections with each of his players, but he's going to be the one putting a smile on their face when times are tough, and he's going to be the one that everyone goes to. I also feel like he might be a middleman vote, which also might put him in the advantage of going far.
Yeah, I liked how we talked about being the glue guy. It's kind of that person that everyone will come to maybe as a number. My only fear is sometimes if you play too far into the middle, you're an easy person that everyone could agree to get out, kind of like what Caleb was doing in 45. So I am interested to see what happens with Alex. Let's all do a little prediction, a little superlative, something that we think Alex may have happened to him this season. Whether that be you think he may be first out, or you think he'll find an idol, or whatever, and kind of anything you think. I can go first with Alex if you guys want to think.
Go ahead.
But my prediction for Alex is that he is going to orchestrate at least two blindsides during the pre-merge of this. I think he's going to be somebody that will be on the right side of votes on the pre-merge and won't just be on the right side, but will be the one orchestrating these blindsides.
I could also see him being on an ultimate high and maybe get a little too comfortable and then just ended up being blindsided himself.
All right, next we have Annie Davis, and she is 49 from Portland, Oregon, who currently lives in Austin, Texas, and she is a musician. She says she wants to be a part of Survivor because it is the true game of life, unlike any of the 80s shows where people are getting married and having kids and that defines your success. She says that Survivor manages to sum up all types of life and all of its challenges in just 29 days. Relationships form and dissolve, and people get hurt mentally and physically. And why not play a game like that? She loves it. And she thinks she will be the sole survivor because she has never quit anything in her life, and she doesn't intend to start now. So I got some pretty good vibes from Annie, but I do think if I had to predict, I think my prediction for her is that she will be a little too loyal and be a bit fade a little bit into the background.
See, she, if I had to like give her a character perspective, she would be like if Purple Kelly, Carolyn, and Tina all morphed together. So I feel like she's gonna be shown a lot as a big character on screen and then go out sooner because she won't click with the group in a way strategically. Like she'll be a good social player that doesn't make it as far as she probably should.
I agree. I agree. I think be seen as a threat early on, and then she'll be kicked as soon as they really see her shine.
And then if we move on to Jake, Jake is originally from Alberta. Is Alberta in Canada? Am
Mm-hmm.
I wrong with that? He's
No,
just
no, that's where he
Canadian.
Come
lives.
on.
He's a Canadian boy.
He's our Canadian Survivor player who typically do very well. He's 36 and he believes that he will be a sole survivor because of his two motivations. One, having a child born while he's on the show. And then two, it will be the last season of Survivor his dad will be able to see because his dad just got diagnosed with glaucoma. Jake in his interview really seemed like a very personable character to me. Again, with the comparisons I do too often, he feels like if Joe and then the winner Adam from Millennials Gen X kind of morphed, where he has that Joe style of like homey personality there for his family, but then he has what Joe was kind of missing from Adam of really feeling like a true Survivor fan. And in my opinion, seems like someone who could go far, depending on how big of a threat he comes off as.
Yeah, I definitely think if I had to give him a prediction, he's going to be a confessional dream. They are going to love giving him the sob story, but not just that, they're going to love giving him confessionals. I think that he will be the Facebook people's favorite.
I'm very mixed about him. Yeah, it's either he goes super far or he does not go far at all. But I am excited to get to know him once he hits our screens here in September. But another person that I'm kind of mixed about is Jason. I want to know what you guys feel about him. He's 32 years old, from California, still lives in California, and he's a law clerk. Again, I know we keep bringing this up, but a lot of people who work in the lawyer law field, they always keep it a secret and they always say that they're a teacher. So people who have been watching all these seasons, like everyone in this cast says they have, I don't know if they're going to be able to like sniff it out or if they're going to be like, I don't know. The reason he wants to play Survivor is he has always bit off more than he can chew, but he always seems to get by, and he wants to test himself even more physically, emotionally, psychologically, the full 9 yards. And he believes that he will be the sole survivor because he's just a little guy and people will underestimate him, and he will just keep going farther and farther and farther and blindside people left and right. So I love a good underdog story, as you guys know. I'm rooting for him big time, but I want to see a little bit more of his personality and see how he is. There are some lawyers that are super outgoing, and then there are some that are super reserved, and he didn't really give in much to what that is or like
Yeah.
how he perceives himself.
I do like that he talked about being an underdog since he's already started off as an underdog, being one of the alternates of the season. So he wasn't even going to be on 49 until the very last second. So I do have a little bit of hesitation, but as we've seen, the alternates who find out that they're going to be on the show last minute of the new era have gone pretty far. Austin making it to runner up, Tiffany making it to the jury on 41. So I am curious to see if that trend will continue, but I agree, I'm a bit iffy on him.
I really felt like he was giving me the same vibes that Dennis gave me from the summit in his original interviews, where he is a little too cocky and a little too egotistical, and that played to Dennis's strengths in the summit up until they got to a point that your ego can't carry you. And I'm hoping for Jason's sake that he can strategize his ego and his confidence well enough to cement him in an alliance, and then know when to pull it back to be
Mm-hmm.
able to make that jump to the final three. But otherwise,
100%.
I think that'll burn him quickly.
Next, we have Jawan. He is 28, who lives in Los Angeles, and he is a video editor. And Jawan was somebody who's grown up watching Survivor, and it gave him a lot of inspiration as a kid to dream big. So he wanted to apply and be on it, play himself. And he believes he'll be the sole survivor because he's not only book smart, but he also has that street smart element. He is a student of the game, and most importantly, he is not afraid to take big risks to pursue his dream. I was pretty high on him. I know that the super fans will either fizzle out really early or make it pretty far into the game. He comes off as somebody that, while he is a big fan, doesn't appear to be one. There are some super fans on this season that if I were to look at you, I'd be like, you are a Survivor super fan, and I love it. He doesn't give me that, which I think will be a benefit to him. And I'm excited to see how he could kind of go about this game without giving away too much of his Survivor knowledge, or if he's going to just embrace the fact that he is a big fan of the game.
I'm hoping for his sake that he's on a strong early team and doesn't go to tribal too often. Because I think if that happens, he'll make it very far because of his social game. He doesn't seem like a physical threat, which will benefit him post merge, but pre merge, I'm afraid he's going to be seen as a liability. Because I've been in class with people like him, where it's the really sweet, really nice video editors that will cut you before you cut them, and if other communications, because this is a very communications heavy season, if other comm people recognize that, I think he could get sniped very soon.
Overall, I don't have any too strong opinions about him, but I don't have the best vibes. So I hope he proves me wrong.
Moving on to the next person, we have Jeremiah, who is a 39-year-old, also Canadian from Ontario. I'm collecting
You're
all
getting
of the
all the
Canadians
Canadians.
today. He's a global events manager who is impulsive, loyal, and sincere, who believes that he will be sole survivor, quote, because he's Karate Kid and no one will ever see him coming, which really gives us a lot to work with. What did you guys think about Jeremiah?
I was not a Jeremiah fan. I think that he comes off as very likable, so I understand why he said he wants to play like Jam Jam, and he said like his biggest inspiration was Elle Woods. He gives me that very bubbly personality, but I just don't think he'll make it far. I think if he goes to tribal a lot in the beginning, he's gone soon. If he manages to not make it to tribal a lot, he can maybe make his way to an early jury member. I don't see him making it far. Unless they bring him along as a goat.
I also agree. The goofy responses didn't seem all that serious to winning the game, and it seemed more like a bucket list thing for him. Again, I say this all with the intention of hoping that they prove me wrong, but yeah, I did not get the best vibes from Jeremiah. But someone who I got good vibes from is Christina. This girl is a firecracker. I am so beyond excited to talk about her. She's 36 years old. She's originally from Houston, but now she lives in Oklahoma. And she's an NBA career coach, which just that title alone, she's the biggest cheerleader. She will be your biggest supporter. And honestly, she is someone you're going to want to go to be your alliance member. And I already, before getting into her story, I feel like a lot of people are going to crowd around her and want to be with her through this journey. So she said she wants to be part of Survivor because she was not in a good place when she started watching. But when she saw people like Caleb, when she saw people like Emily, gave her hope, and she was like, maybe I could be on that show. And I feel like there's always that one person on the cast who says, oh, when Jeff said apply, like I thought they were speaking to me. She was definitely that person in this cast who said that. Her mom passed away, and everything that Survivor embodies, being adventurous, strategic, and daring, is everything that she saw in her own mom, and she hopes to carry that out into the show and to show her kids that they can be those qualities as well. And she says she will become the sole survivor because she's great at building genuine relationships, like I said, with any type of person. And she said that people will get protective of her after just one conversation. I'm curious to see if that will actually happen. But she says she'll be the secret keeper for multiple castmates and will strategically use that information to get her far into the end.
Yeah, I liked her. I thought she had a great personality, and I hope she makes it far.
Mother.
Literally.
Is this going to be our mother?
No.
Potentially.
Oh, not yet. Okay, okay, okay. Anyway, carry
Well,
on.
not for me. Not my mother. My mother is coming up later.
Okay.
Next we got Matt, who is 52 from Utah, and Emily is already shaking her head.
This is
Um,
fall.
why do you want to be? 26 days in Fiji will be nice, he said. $1 million will be nice. But if you were anything like me, and you have a burning desire to cling to a telephone pole in your underwear on national television, Survivor is the only way you're going to do it. And he thinks he'll be the sole survivor because he is prepared, he is disciplined, adaptable, and he is on a beach in Fiji. And at this point, all he needs is patience. Matt seems like he'll be such a character. He'll definitely get a goofy edit, and I think he's going to bring a decent amount of entertainment. Do I think he'll bring a lot of strategy? Probably not. But I think his early game will be fun. He reminds me a lot of, I'm blanking on his name right now, but he was on season 41 and he was the farmer who found an idol in the beginning and then quickly got voted out. Um,
I know who
Is
you're
it
talking.
Brad?
it was Brad. It was Brad. He reminds me a lot of Brad, as he's going to be like a goofy character that gets a lot of screen time and then promptly gets voted out.
Brad was from Wyoming, Matt's from Utah. We
Exactly.
got a flavor.
Exactly. Yes.
I feel like he'll help name maybe the first 3 episodes, and then they have to really dig for the episode names after that.
Period.
That's a good one. After we're done, I think we can all try to guess who we think which person will name the most episodes of the season.
Moving on to maybe that person, Miss MC, who is 29 and currently lives in San Diego as a fitness trainer. And her 3 words are competitive, high energy, and goofy. The reason that she thinks she will be sole survivor is that she has the social charm to be everyone's best friend and outwit, but also has the athleticism to crush physical challenges and outplay with the mental endurance to outlast.
Our other alternate, like you said, I'm interested to see what she does, how she'll move along with it. I like that she identified with Tiffany and she wants to play like Dee, both new era people that I quite enjoy. Again, I'm hesitant to say a lot about her because of the fact that she found out so late that she was playing. I don't know if that is a positive thing or a detriment, but I'm excited to see.
I mean, she just seems like a huge admirer of the game. So she didn't really touch on too much about if she is one of the 3 of those things that she said about the game. So, again, kind of leaving a lot of mystery to her, but I'm getting good vibes from her. I don't know why, but I really like her already. Coming up next, we have Nate. He's 47 from Clovis, California, still lives in California, and he's a film producer. Who would have thought? Um,
He
and
works in Marvel. He does a lot for Marvel.
ooh, okay, so he better have some moves to show off because if he doesn't, then what the heck are you doing here? He wants to be on Survivor because it tests your limits physically and psychologically, and it tests how you navigate other people in subpimental living conditions. Did I say that correctly? Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then obviously, what happened with the 3 of us. It also just looks like a blast to play, and has since watched season 1 in the basement of a frat house. Not a frat house, but each other's college apartments. So close enough. And finally, he said that he's going to become the sole survivor because, again, just like Jason, he doesn't seem like a big threat. He says that he's old, which I disagree with, and he likes to laugh, and he genuinely likes to get to know people. So I think they're gonna underestimate. He says, I think they're gonna underestimate me long enough to snuff out all the torches and have a laugh afterwards. Um, I like him. Again, kind of a repetition here of what other people are saying about I like the game. I want to be part of it, but not necessarily saying one specific like key nugget that's going to make them stand out among others. So I like him, but I'm still iffy.
I'm going to say only positive things about him and hope that I get him in the draft because if I ever meet him in person, I want to give him a reason to give me a job.
I respect the networking hustle. I get
I
it.
love it. And for that reason, I will make sure that I will not take him. I'll give him to you.
And I could see him
No, I
doing
do
well
like him
because he
though.
reminds me of David. Like, I like him as a
Hmm.
person. But then him happening to be on our field in our city just gives him a reason to hire me. So I will always have my resume on me.
Love it. Next up, we have Nicole. She's 26 years old and lives in Philadelphia. She loves this game because you get to be a kid again, and I think she's really ready to have fun with it and take this full advantage. She's competitive as hell, a doer, and can connect with anyone. She says that she knows the game and how it's played and has what it takes to win and not afraid to push boundaries. I think that she really has an understanding and is a super fan that I think may come off more as a super fan than some other people. But I do think that she can make it at least to jury, and I think she'll be a pretty big threat and get out maybe mid jury.
I think it's very tribe dependent. I think Nicole was an early boot personally. Um,
Yeah,
because I feel like she's someone kind of like what I was saying with Jawan, where if she just falls on the wrong tribe, she's gonna get screwed over very quickly. But if she clicks with the right person, she could make it far.
I just don't want her excitement to get in the way. That's all. I feel like that's what really kills you immediately is you showing and telling people how excited you are to be on the game and how long you've been watching this for and da 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 da. That is gonna burn you.
for
Yep.
sure.
Just like the
Um,
player, who was the person who recognized the podcaster on Saul and Romeo's tribe?
oh, Teeny, it was Teeny.
Was it Teeny?
Yeah,
I could
because it was
Yes.
see,
Asia.
Mm-hmm.
okay, I could see Nicole being in a situation like Teeny in Asia, but instead of it being Asia gets screwed over, Nicole would just be excited about the game.
I can see that happening. But
Moving
yeah, we have
on.
a very special person to talk about, so I think it's only right we have a very special guest join. But Abby, take it away.
What?
What are you talking
Abby,
about?
just start talking about this next person.
Okay.
So the next person is Riz God.
Hi.
Hi, Walker.
Hi guys. I I gotta I don't like the cast, but I do love the Riverside Video Studio app, and that's why I'm here.
I love that. And I heard you also do have a favorite on this cast, though.
I do have a favorite on the cast. His name is Rizzo, but there's a twist. He has a nickname. It's I wish I knew how it was spelled. It's like Rizgod, Rizgod,
Yeah.
something like that. He is my favorite person on the cast. He's the most like honest person on the cast because so many of the people are like, I have this job and it's what I do every day, but also I have a hobby. Like I work in finance, but also I used to ski in high school. And they say the second thing like it's this big bass drop from the first thing. And I gotta say, it's not. But when Rizzo came in and he's like, I'm Rizzo. I don't have that many fun facts about myself, but I have this thing that I'm going to ask people to call me. I was entranced. I was betwixt, I was taken, and I know that we're all wondering if he's going to do well this season. Who knows? It's very up in the air, but I don't believe in God, but I believe in this one.
And
My
I love that. And I really do love that. Well said.
Okay,
Poetic.
those are my thoughts on the Riz God.
Thank you, Walker Rowe, for joining us.
Thanks, guys. Have fun. Bye.
The tricks you have up your sleeves.
So, Abby, I'm sorry for that interruption, but please take it away.
I don't know how you follow that up, but we have Sage next, who is a 30-year-old clinical social worker from Washington. And they, again, believe they'll be Soul Survivor because, quote, they're annoyingly persistent. And that is all that they gave us. So, not too persistent with answers, but seemingly very passionate about the game.
She's just goofy as hell. Like, who is this person? Like,
I
I'm
really
so
like them.
curious.
I really like them.
It's giving Carolyn, but I'm not trying to judge. I'm not trying to compare. So, I'm excited to see them thrive.
Yeah, I think they have this great personality for TV, and I hope they make it far because I think they will be quite entertaining. And also, I think they'll be a good strategist.
Let's talk about Savannah. You guys already know that I
The real mother of the season.
I low-key want her on my draft. For
But
the
it's not going to happen.
we shall see. We shall see,
Whoever gets first pick is going to take Savannah.
probably. The reason I want her is because she's a former reporter. And she's so true. If you have been in the newsroom, if you've been a journalist, you know how crazy it can be that you need to adapt on the fly. You need to be confident in yourself and know the decisions that you're making are good and da 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 da. Anyway, she's 31 years old. She's from California, but she now lives in Atlanta. I like her humor here. When she was asked, why do you want to be on Survivor? She said, easiest $1,000,000 I'll ever make. Just kidding, but she's probably right. She said she's been a huge fan of the show and it has brought her so much joy and most importantly, community among her friends and family. And it's just ridiculously cool to be part of something bigger and better than yourself. And she said the reason she'll be sole survivor is because she's an under the radar physical threat with a social game that will get her to the end. And she's hoping that others will underestimate her while considering her someone as they trust. I just have really good vibes about her. I am very biased, but I feel like I already understand her. And I really want to see her journalism skills be put to use and honestly on blast.
But yeah, Savannah is who I'm looking forward to seeing this season. She's the reason I'm excited. We'll see. I think it will be a very dominant game. I think they have what it takes to be an icon. And I think that by the end of the season, people will remember her. Next up, we got Shannon Fairweather. She is 28 from Boston. And she has been watching since she was 8 years old. So yet we have another super fan, and I love it. And she says that she believes that she has a unique perspective on life that she would like to share. She thinks life is beautiful, hard, expansive, and so is Survivor, which means she is just so excited. She'll be the sole survivor because of who she is. She makes the most out of everything, and she wants to manifest those dreams and make them a reality. She's very determined, and other than winning, she wants to just be authentic. So she is a very spiritual person. She was talking a lot about a higher power kind of helping her throughout. I'm interested to see how she will play. She doesn't really talk a lot about strategy elements of the game, so I'm curious to see what type of game she'll play because she really does use all of the different players to describe herself. She's Jam Jam, Boston Rob, Marianne, and Parvati. So I'm like, those players could not be more different. So I am really excited and curious to see what she means.
Next, we have Miss Sophie. And Sophie is a 27-year-old entrepreneur born and raised in Miami. And she wants to be on Survivor after growing up with it, helping her grandmother learn how to speak English, watching the show, but feels inspired by players like Dee. And she thinks that she will be the sole survivor because, kind of like Genevieve, her description was stating how she thinks that she can split her different perspectives of relationships, so the game versus strategy versus genuine, authentic connections.
I'm so excited for her. I really can't wait to watch her, and I think she's really gonna thrive on here. I just hope that no one takes advantage of her or someone tries to dim her light or like take credit for the things that she does. I don't know why I'm getting that like energy from her, that vibe from her, but that's what I'm getting.
I'm curious to see if her
I
and Nate
agree.
make the merge because she was talking about how she's a big Marvel fan and Nate works on Marvel, so they'll instantly have that connection. She also taught me what Peter Pan syndrome was, which I thought was super funny while reading it.
What's
I
Peter
never
Pan
heard of that.
syndrome?
When just a man is too afraid to act his age and just acts like a child. And it's her biggest pet peeve.
Ooh.
It's like a non-sexual way to call someone a fuckboy.
Oh,
You know
okay.
how, like, whenever you say fuckboy, you're like, oh, like, they're acting like a kid, like, they're always around
Yeah,
their
yeah.
mom. The, like, adult version of that is Peter Pan syndrome, where it's, like, a guy that never grows up.
Hmm.
Have you guys seen the musical or heard the musical? Peter Pan. There's a whole song about him singing with the other like they're not like munchkins. What are they? They're like the other animals and the other like the Lost Boys.
Lost Boys,
Lost Boys. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Why did I call them munchkins? But there's a whole song like
because she's excited for Wicked.
I am so excited for Wicked.
Are those
Um,
Munchkins?
no, the Lost Boys.
Oh yeah,
They're
those
just
are.
like little.
Wait, then what's Willy Wonka? Oompa Loompas. Oh my god. Ignore me.
Anyway, there's a whole song about like I won't grow up. I'll never wear a tie. Da 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 da.
I think I've heard that, but I didn't know it was from a play.
Great song, very annoying, but great song. Highly recommend. That's what all the F boys be going around singing and humming to themselves.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Anyway,
she seemed like a really good personality.
yeah. From Sophie without an E, B, to Sophie with an E, S. She's 31 years old, and she's from Darnestown, Maryland. Darn. But now she lives in New York, and she's a strategy associate. Now, this is what I find very interesting. Her answers are very short and sweet, and they always have an exclamation point next to it. So I already see her as being kind of like a shy person, but very sweet and very genuine. So I don't think she'll get a lot of screen time, which will suck. But she says that she wants to be on Survivor just like everyone else. She's been watching it for a very long time, since she was 9 years old. Started with Survivor All Stars, and she's been a lifelong fan. And she always thought it'd be fun to play on Survivor. And the reason that she thinks she's going to be the sole survivor is she has a knack for bringing people together, and she might be a little bit too competitive, but she believes that's a good winning combination. Again, there's not much information about her strategy or any, that golden nugget for finding her perfect alliance member. But I'm hoping, again, that she's going to show a little bit more of her personality on the show. And if not, then maybe she'll just be a silent assassin that kind of just takes everybody out. So we'll see what happens with her. What do you guys think?
She definitely wowed me less than the other Sophie, but like you said, I do think that there's a lot of room to grow, a lot of room for her to impress us. I'm interested because with the tribe that she's on, I don't really see a specific alliance for her, but I can totally be proven wrong. And also, I'm kind of hoping that one of the Sophies gets out pre-merge, because that's just going to be so confusing.
She's a professional strategist, so she has to know something.
Rounding out the cast, we have Steven, 35, who lives in Denver and is a rocket scientist.
I thought this
Why does
was
he
a
wanna-
joke at first.
Why did he want to
Like,
be part of Survivor? Discovery, an aspiring lunar landowner. He's an explorer at heart, likes deep space missions. Survivor is a journey into the unknown, but instead of highly trained astronauts, there are 18 rascals conspiring to jettison each other out of the airlock. And he thinks he'll be the sole survivor because he brings a unique blend of left and right brain skills to the game that will allow him to connect with people on both sides of the brain spectrum while also maintaining a low profile. Steven is my prediction for early out. I got
Okay.
no confidence in Steven. I think the only way I can see Steven making it is because he seems to be one of the more, like one of the stronger people on his team. So maybe he'll be kept, but I don't think he'll make it much farther. I think he gives me, like, honestly, he gives me the merge boot, the mergatory boot.
I can see that.
I don't think this
But
tribe
he
will get
named
along.
his dog Rupert after the player.
It's cute,
Like you
but
gotta keep him around for
I don't see
lasting
Matt
giggles
getting
a
along
little
with
bit.
him. I think that he'll be too
No.
game focused, and Matt will be more chill. I don't see Christina or MC making alliances with him, and I'm kind of iffy on Jason getting with him as well. So I really think that I may be totally wrong, but I just don't think this tribe seems to be like where he will absolutely do the best in.
He's an outwardly quirky nerd, and people either love that or they hate that. So King, don't let them rain on your parade. You're fine just the way you are, but maybe not for the game of Survivor. I don't know.
We don't know what Jeff has up those 3/4 length sleeves for him though. Could be something good.
What's he
Yeah.
hiding up there? I don't know. But
Just
guys,
surprises.
I think we did it.
Yeah. That
That's
is
season
the
49.
season 49 cast. Got 3 tribes, the Uli tribe, the Hina tribe, and the Kele tribe. We'll see what will happen. And I'm excited to talk to you guys all season long about everything Survivor.
And don't you guys worry, our friends will be returning for season 49 draft. Yet again, we will just be doing a random order, doing a snake draft, and kind of going from there. It has been getting more and more competitive each season, and I love that we're trying out different strategies for who we're picking and why. I'm curious to see what you will do this year, Abby, because it's been
I was
different
gonna say,
time.
everyone else has been changing, and a lot of people have been coming for my theory, but I've been riding through since season one, not season one, season one of our drafts,
Yeah.
where this is entertainment value only. I want a job, I want Riz God, and I want entertainment, and maybe to win, but that comes fourth.
Love
Yes.
it. Love it, love it. Well, thank you guys all so much for listening, and stay tuned for more Surviving Survivor while we cover everything 49. Bye, guys.
Bye.